So someone recommended that I try to make a guide for Shturman. Never really tried something like it before, but let's give it a go. First, let's talk spawn points. If you spawn up north, you want to look for the mountain that's in the middle of the map. Run towards the right side of the mountain until you reach the lumber mill. When you get to the lumber mill, you want to look for this rock formation. When you get to the rock formation, you want to run up it like I'm doing right here. Now, when you're laying up here, the right side of you has a really hard time seeing you, and so does the left. You can't be seen from where the sniper scav spawns. Your only real problem is the front, but they most likely won't be looking up here since they're probably also looking for Shturman. However, if Shturman does start shooting at you, I recommend that you run down the rock as fast as possible, as he might headshot you. And if you spawn on the right side of the map, you still want to try to find that same rock near the lumber mill, since that will be your best point to kill a Shturman from. So when you get up here, you want to look at two spots. This spot right here is a spawn point for Shturman, and this point right here is also a spawn point. And as you can see here, I managed to spot him here at this lumber pile. You want to try and strain from shooting him in the middle. As you can see, I take out that guard of his to a place where I know that I can loot it safely. And I wait until he gets into those bushes there to kill him so that I know that I can loot him without getting headshot. Now to the last spawn place. If you spawn at the bottom left of the map, right here, you want to run to this position. This is inside the woods near the marked circle. There is this little hill right here. You want to get on top of that and then look at the same lumber mills I just spotted Shturman at the last round I showed you. And as you can see, I spotted one of them right there. And you want to look at that spot too, and inside that red container that I didn't zoom in at. And there I spotted Shturman, so I just took him out there since I know that's a safe looting spot. I then went ahead and looked for his guards right there. I spotted one of them, but I couldn't take him out immediately. I spotted the guard there running left into the gray warehouse. And if they run into the gray warehouse, they are actually not that hard to kill. I highly recommend going in through the back of the gray warehouse, because if you go through either the right side or the front, you will most likely get killed immediately since they do run high power ammo. You want to run up between these wood piles and you want to line up your shot and just start spraying at them. If you have a DVL, try and line it up, or any other sniper, try and line it up for their headshot. As you can see here, I'm just spam shooting at them, because even though I don't hit, I still get suppressive fire on them, which seems to tell their AI not to shoot at you. Now for looting Shturman, I always recommend that you put his SVDS on you and fold up his AK and put it in his backpack. I always check the backpack first, since that's where you can find key cards, if I've done in the past, and then I loot his pocket next and just throw his key inside my inventory. If I do happen to die with the key, I tend to just take it into the next raid to then use it on the stash if I know that I won't get headshot doing it. Now for the gear. I recommend that you bring in a DMR, as they are generally better for taking out Shturman and his guards, close range and long range if it should happen that, and also enemy players if you meet them. For this class of weapon, I recommend that you go with the M1A, the SVDS, or the Hunter, since all of these guns can bear really good flesh round ammo, and that's generally the ammo type I recommend that you would go for, since most players on this map are running tier 4 or below armor, and you most likely won't meet somebody who's running tier 6. And Shturman and his guards generally don't run good armor, they only run tier 3, and Shturman doesn't have any armor. For your armor, I recommend that you bring in a tier 4 tactical rig, such as this one. And you do not need to bring a helmet, since most things in this map will be able to headshot you straight through any helmet. If you are gonna bear a helmet, make sure that it's tier 5 and above. I recommend not bringing a backpack or a melee weapon, as Shturman will have a backpack on him, or his guards will, and if Shturman drops Red Rebel, you can immediately put it into your melee slot. But yeah, that was really about everything that I could think of that you would need in order to kill Shturman. If you feel like there's anything I missed, or you have anything else that you want to know, ask down in the comments and I will be answering as fast as I can. If you have any other suggestions for content I should make, for guides, or just general things you want to know about the game, put your suggestions down in the comments.